kind of look like I ran through the desert and I'm covered with dust. Hello, Jouer? Yes, yes. Can I have a foundation without a gray undertone? Thank you so much. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Shayla if this is your first time here. So in today's video, I'm gonna be reviewing the brand new, well, it's not new, but the shades are, the Jouer Essential High Coverage Foundation. So I guess they got dragged, you know, for having no foundation shades. They didn't have a lot, and I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't try it before. I was like, man, I'm just not even gonna try it. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, support it. But they expanded their foundation, which I think is great, and now they have 50 shades. Most of the time when brands come out with a new foundation, they send us every single foundation shade, the whole bottle, and it's a lot, you know, we don't need those. And I like how Jouer sent these samples. Let me show you. So you can see like little just mini samples. That way we're not wasting a lot of product. And I don't know, it's just like the perfect amount of foundation for a review, I think. The Essential Foundation retails for $38. It's matte, it's full coverage, it's oil-free. It has chamomile, cucumber, which means it's very calming and soothing on the skin. It has hyaluronic acid, which helps bring moisture to the skin. I think every matte foundation needs that because sometimes matte can dry out your skin. So the recipe for this foundation is there. It seems like perfection. You guys know I like my matte foundation. I haven't been wearing as much full coverage, but I am excited to try this and to just give you guys my honest feedback on the product. So I think we covered everything. Full coverage, oil-free, $38, shade extension. Oh, I do think that 50 shades is the perfect number. Don't you think? 50 shades is definitely the perfect number for foundation. And you guys know I'm all about shade range, and I think that every brand should have 50. Why not? 50 shades of foundation, why not? In this video, I'm gonna be giving you my first impressions of the foundation. You're also gonna see swatches, and then I'm just gonna give you feedback, and you guys are gonna, you know, have to decide for yourself if you like it. I know, I'm not shook, but the outcome wasn't what I expected. So let's just get started. In previous videos, you guys have wanted me to swatch more shades than the 5 that I usually swatch to kind of determine mine. So I thought in this video, we would start with the darkest shade and I would swatch all the way down until I find my perfect shade. That way you guys can kind of see the shade range and just see more colors other than the few that may fit my skin tone. We're gonna start with the darkest shade, Truffle, and work our way down. I know this looks a little funky, but I just wanted you guys to see the shades. And I did go dark to light on both sides. Not too shabby. I feel like Pecan is really close to my skin tone, so I'm gonna swatch Pecan again and 4 more shades just to make sure it's right. Ooh, this is kind of hard. I'm noticing that the foundation is, like you can see the outer edge here where it's dry, it's darkening up a little bit. Definitely not these two. This is hard, you guys. I've never really swatched this many shades and been kind of on the fence. This almost looks too like green. This one looks like it's like too red. And this one looks like it's just too dark. I like my foundation to be darker, but I also like the undertone to be right. It doesn't help that my skin is like irritated from traveling either. I think this one does look pretty good. It probably looks the best. Yes, okay, we're gonna go with Pecan. I'm gonna start with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I really like this primer. It just makes the skin look super smooth. And I need it right now. Maybe it's a Cardi B album. Shook my skin. I'm a little skeptical of this color just because it kind of darkened on my skin. I don't know, I'm just not 100% sure. So if this goes south, I'll probably end up taking it off and trying a different shade. The bottle seems to have a little bit of oil separation in it, so make sure that you shake it before you apply it, and that's pretty normal. Like, you see that in a lot of foundations, especially if they've been like laying on their side. I'm not 100% sold on this color. Like, it looks like a little kind of blah on me. Like, it's not bringing life to my skin, and I feel like you put foundation on and it should kind of bring life and not dull it down. It looks dull. That's the right term, so it might not be the right shade. I'm gonna try one shade lighter on this side, and it's not really lighter. I feel like it's just a little warmer. So we're gonna try Praline on this side. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this color yet. I feel like it's probably the best match. The next shade lighter, Cocoa, is almost green on my skin. So I'm gonna take this side off and then I'm gonna even my skin tone out. I will say this, a little bit goes a long way. Like, I don't feel like I had to use a lot of product to get full coverage all over my face. This is a lot of coverage, you guys. It's more than what I'm used to. You guys know this, like I've been wearing the Shameless foundation, so it's medium coverage. I'm not really used to full coverage anymore because I just haven't been using it. And I'm like looking at this and I'm like, maybe that's what's throwing me off a little bit, is that it is a lot of coverage. I kind of feel like I would need to mix this foundation with another color. Not Cocoa, because Cocoa is like kind of green, but maybe, I'm like looking at them right now, maybe Walnut. It's just something isn't quite right with the undertone of this, and it definitely is oxidizing. Like, it's changing on my skin and I'm just like, you know, we're gonna continue with concealer. This is number 36 from ColourPop Cosmetics. Now I'm gonna contour with the ColourPop number 50 concealer. I'm gonna set my foundation with the Sacha Buttercup powder. Anytime I do a foundation review, I always make sure I use the same products that I use with every foundation, so I'm not doing anything different with my routine. You can see that once I put powder on, it is super matte, and I feel like I'm gonna have to do like a wear test with this at least for an hour, maybe a couple hours, so that you guys can see how it wears. It's like the longer I have it on, the more matte it gets, you know? This is a Guerlain 05 bronzer. All right, I am gonna beat the rest of my face. I'm gonna wait about an hour so that we can kind of see how it's set in, if it's oxidized more, and then I'll be back with my final thoughts and just my overall first impressions of the Jouer foundation.
1 hour later.
All right, I'm back. It's been just over an hour. I ate, I lived my life, I beat my face, and I just want to talk about this foundation because I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I kind of know how I feel, but I just keep looking at myself because I can't quite figure out what's off and what's different and why I'm not loving this foundation. So typically when I do a foundation review, I know right away if I'm gonna like it. There have been maybe like 1 or 2 instances where I've tried a foundation, hated it, and then the next time I tried it, I liked it a little more, but for the most part, you know, I can tell right away if I'm gonna like a foundation. So this foundation is full coverage, like it's really full coverage. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Double Wear a little bit. It dries matte and it also oxidizes, which means it's gonna darken on your skin. So that can be tricky when trying to find your shade. I do feel like after wearing it for an hour, it actually got more matte. So this is probably gonna be like an oily person's dream. Do I like the foundation? No. I just think that the color is off, and like the shade that I have now, I don't know if it's translating on camera, but it looks like it has a little bit of like a beigey gray undertone. Even though I know it says it's a cool golden undertone, it looks kind of like beigey gray. Like certain parts, I'm like, okay, my skin looks gray. And the 2 shades lighter are almost too green yellow. If there was an exact match, I definitely would love this foundation. So I don't think the foundation's bad. I think it's gonna be great for those of you with oily skin and who want that super matte finish. You know, if you want full coverage matte, you are gonna like this, but because they don't have my skin tone, I probably won't be wearing this like ever again. You know, it's like you should put foundation on and kind of feel like, ooh, I like how my skin looks, and I don't really like how my skin is looking. And I think it's fine on camera, but when I look in the mirror, I'm like, ooh, like I just want to take off the foundation. Thank you guys for watching my Jouer Essential Foundation review. Now, it didn't work for me, but there are a lot of shades, so I don't want to discourage you guys from trying it. At least try it, get a sample of it, because maybe it's gonna work for you, but for me, it's a no. Don't forget to comment below. Let me know your thoughts of the foundation. Let me know if any of you guys have kind of experienced the same thing that I've experienced. Subscribe to my channel, and last but not least, strut and slay. Ah! Oh! Boom. That's it. Ooh. Oh, my water bottle. Am I supposed to look gray? You think so?
Yeah.
That's not what you said earlier.
It's a little cakey on the cheeks.
Cakey on the cheeks. Like where? Like point to it without touching my face. Should I be looking gray? Jouer. What is this? Essential. Strut and slay. Oh. Jeez. Like right here. That's where I see it too. That's where I'm like, it looks gray. Ah, boom. And it has a lot